Hey guys, for this video we're going to take a look at this Z Automotive Mini JL Tazer. This thing plugs into your Jeep Wrangler, or in my case Jeep Gladiator, and can change 50 or more different settings. It can be really useful for a variety of things, especially for people who get larger tires or change the gear ratio in it. This will be able to update that information so your speedometer is still right. And it has a bunch of other unique and kind of fun settings that you can tinker around and play with. This is my first time using it, so we're going to get it all plugged in and set up and see what we think. First, we need to plug it in, and we're going to go up under the dash. You're going to see the OBD2 port, and that is not what you're plugging into. You want to look above it. I don't know if I can show you. There's two little plugs up there. You have to push the tab and unplug those two. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, here are the two plugs that we need to take off. You can see they're different sizes, so we can't mix them up when we plug them into the Tazer. They are very difficult to get to because you just can't get your hand in there, but you're pressing on this little tab here and then giving it a little pull and jiggle down. I tried taking this little door off to see if that would help. It would not. You may be able to get like these panels off and make it easier for yourself, but it is really hard to get your hand up there. I found it easier to use my left hand, but hey, whatever you do, you gotta unplug those two. Here it is all plugged in. You can see that green light flashing. It was kind of flashing green and red when I first plugged it in. And then from there we can just kind of safely tuck it up underneath there so it's protected and not in the way. Now let's start looking into the settings. All the settings that we're going to change are going to come up on our screen at the instrument cluster there between the gauges, and we're going to use our steering wheel controls to change things. So to start out, we need the vehicle in the run position but not actually started, and then our little screen here needs to be on the audio tab, and then we're going to hold the left arrow and tap cancel for the cruise control. And that's going to get us into our menu. And you can see immediately it says light show. But what we need to do is marry it to this vehicle. So to get to the marrying, we're always going to hold down the left arrow whenever we are accessing the JL, and then cancel will scroll through options, and your middle button here will select an option. So let's see if we can. Left arrow, cancel. We have our trouble codes, clear trouble codes, marry. So now we're going to press that middle button. And we'll have a 20-second countdown, then we'll be all married and ready to start changing settings. So now we can go through a couple of settings. Again, we're going to go left arrow and the cancel button. So we have a submenu of performance, so we can enter that submenu. Again, left arrow and then the center button on your cruise control for select. First option we have is tire size. If you want to change your tire size, again, that's to keep your speedometer correct. And then we can also change our gear ratio. Looking at the instructions, it'll break down each one of these for you to tell you how to change the amounts and what each one exactly means. Our tire pressure monitoring system, the radio. So we have a lot of settings. So the first thing that I want to change, going into lighting, fog's enabled, yes, that's factory fog lights. Fog drop is yes, so that means they turn off when your high beams are on, and I want them to stay on. So we're going to hit the center button to turn that off. Now I'm into the submenu just labeled other, and the first thing that comes up is auxiliary no. That's if you have the auxiliary switches, you can turn those on and off. So if you install the switches, you still have to turn this on, which is why it's really beneficial to have this little guy. The next setting I wanted to show you was the belt ding. Yes, this is the warning indicator. If you're not wearing your seatbelt, you'll still get an indication, like you can see that guy over there on the dash. But we can switch that to no, because I don't want to hear it. Now you can hear that it's running, so we started the Jeep and entered the settings in the same way. And then there's a sub menu for live functions when it's running. This one is in motion and it allows you to put in an address for your navigation while driving, and I want that on. So again, left arrow and the middle button there, live motion on. The next one is turn cam, and that's supposed to activate your backup camera when you have your turn signals on. And I thought I read somewhere in the instructions that this conflicts with the previous one I just turned on for some reason, but I'm going to turn this one on too and just see if they both work or not. Also, this will remember some settings that you use. For instance, the auto on off, I never use that, so if we have it in the off state, the next time we start it, it should keep it that way. Anytime you change settings, you need to do a full reboot. So as we are scrolling through those different options, one will ask you to do a reboot. You're going to hit the select button to do that. You'll have a countdown timer of about 2 minutes or so. Hang out, wait for that to get down to 0, and you're going to do that with the ignition on, the engine not running. Once that countdown gets to 0, turn the truck off. Open your driver's door, close your driver's door. This screen will be on. You wait until that screen turns off, and then you wait 60 seconds, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm at 40. And then you're going to do it one more time as far as open the door, close the door, and then waiting your time again. Starting the second cycle, just open and close the door again. Screen's on, we wait for it to go off, and then wait another 60 seconds, and we're good. Sleep cycles are done. Now I'm just going to turn it back on. And if we turn the turn signal on, which, by the way, sitting in a hot car, you think I'm sweating right now? Turn the turn signal on, bam! Backup camera comes on, very cool. Let it go, bam! Now let's start it and see if this stays off. It was after we saved settings, so we might have to do it one more time. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Bam! Automatically off. That was the main reason I wanted the thing. I'm pretty sure I saw a setting where if you hit unlock 3 times, it does something back here with the backup lights or the cargo lights, and then if you hit it 5 times, something else happens. So let's just hit it 3 times and see what we get. See, our cargo lights came on, and we hit lock, it should go off. Now let's try this 5 times and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Backup lights are on, and the cargo lights are on. Get some rear illumination in case you need it. And again, lock. Turns it back off.